Hey everybody, we're looking at number 2. What is the surface area of the rectangular prism below? Now we have a couple options. One of the options is you can go ahead and plug these numbers into the formula, and what I would suggest if you're going to try that approach is how about you call like 8 the length, call 4 maybe the width, and then the height 6. And just substitute these into the formula that I've asked you to write in your notebook and that you should have, that you can find, doing a Google search. All right, so if you're going to attempt to do it that way, great. Your other option is to attempt to use the net that they give you to figure out the area of this thing. So one of the things that I want to bring to your attention is if this line is 6, then doesn't that mean that this line is 6, right? Because opposite sides of all rectangles are equal and congruent. So doesn't that mean that this box right here, if it's a 6 by 8, let's shade in the whole thing. If it's a 6 by 8, that would be 48, which means that this one down here would be 48. Because remember, in a rectangular prism, your top and your bottom match, your left side, your right side match, and your front and your back match. All right, so let's look at this piece next, this piece. And let's ask ourselves if we can make any inferences about it, because that's going to be the same thing as this. And this piece is going to be the same thing as this piece. Now, we know that this piece is 6, right? It's 6 going this way, and it's 4 going this way, because if this is 4, this is 4. If this is 6, this is 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Which means this is going to be 24. All right, so some other things to consider. Can we infer this piece? Because I don't see a number that's given there, but you need to visualize the thing folded up. So let's say that this is the bottom of the thing. And we push all these lines up, right? So this line would end up meeting this line, right? If we folded it up. So can we infer that this is 8? Can we infer that? Let's use the line tool to show you something. So I'm going to try to make a line there. All right, and if I move this line and rotate it, let's see if it'll let me do that without compromising the length of it. It might not let me do it easily. All right, but if I do this, is that the same thing? Is that the same length line? Can we infer that that's 8? And if it is 8, what's 8 times 4? Because you'll fill that number in here, and you'll fill that same number over here. And then you'll add up all the numbers that you see in the various boxes. Now, if that strategy and that approach does not work for you, then you're going to go back to the formula that I've asked you to write in your notebook. You're allowed to look it up and insert these numbers or substitute these numbers into the letters of L, W, and H, and that will work too. All right, good luck finishing this up.